welcome to our December whole school meeting. I am so sorry for the delay. Before we get started, I want to give a little announcement. Dr. Kavanaugh, who's our superintendent, has decided that Hopkinton needs to have an early release, and that was just decided. So we had to make some quick adjustments and make sure that all of your families are aware that the buses will be coming home much earlier. That also means that we will be having, yes, I guess that's kind of exciting. Woo. Also does mean that we start lunches at 10:10, a nice early lunchtime. So, give me 5. We have an exciting whole school meeting planned for you. Teachers and staff, if you can get some good shots and add them to our drive. We do have HCAM here. Let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Corrosion. All right, so, give me 5. I will be sending out the link, so if you're in 4th grade chorus, or if you're a principal's cabinet member, or another student that gets recognized today, don't worry, it will be recorded. Awesome. All right, without further ado, let's get started.
Hopkins School, give me 5. Good morning, Hopkins School. It looks like we have a lot of holiday spirit in the gym today. I would like to tell you the agenda for today's meeting. Pledge of Allegiance, whole school greeting, introduction of principal cabinet members for responsibility, grade 4 chorus, time for gratitude, Meadow Farms fundraiser, of top sellers recognition, CARES card drawing, and closing. Thank you. Now, as a reminder, let's review our CARES behavior expectations for a whole school meeting. Pay attention to see cooperation as we applaud and give appropriate response to speakers. E, empathy is where we respect everyone's personal space and share respectful listening. Finally, S, self-control is really important during meetings as we sit quietly and use inside voices. Please stand for the Star-Spangled Banner, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, we're going to go right to the Pledge of Allegiance. Ananda.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
Thank you. You may be seated. My name is JJ and I'd like to lead you in our whole school greeting. Chloe and Lisa will demonstrate. All right, everyone, now is your turn. Turn to a neighbor and try the elbow-to-elbow straight greeting. Thank you, everyone. Ms. Bilal will now introduce you to the members of Principal's Cabinet for December. We were recognized for the core value of responsibility. Principal's Cabinet members, please stand at your seat when your name is read and remain standing. Students, please wait until all names are read to applaud.
All right, so we're going to recognize all of our principals cabinet for this month. These are students, as we heard, were recognized for responsibility. Please stand when I say your name. Joe Pagan, Rian Patil, Maggie Sanda, Obhai Guni, Anai Badraj, Avika Awari, Emma Wen, Advay Patil, Isha Jan, Chloe Moraski, Asiya Saida, Yashik Dinesh, Raina Murphy, Enza Spinelli, Jack Kiris, Carter Marusa, Lisa Maximus, Dylan DaCosta, Maria Donchuk, Gunnar Aucha, Anaga Nandaraju, Emerson St. Jean, Alex Reinstein, JJ Sperry, Ethan Sullivan, Lucas Neves, Josh Hagberg, Agniva Mukherjee, Moore Wilk, Ryan Martinez, Dylan Medeiros, and Vihan Batla. Please stand. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Congratulations to all our Principals Cabinet members selected so far this year. You're doing a great job showcasing the core values of Hopkins School. Next month in January, the Principals Cabinet will be nominated for the core values of empathy and kindness. As the wine man Plato said, kindness is more than deeds. It is an attitude, an expression, a look, a touch. It is anything that lifts another person. Alfred Adler said, empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling the heart of another. These are such important values of this cabinet will be responsible for planning our next Spirit Week, our Random Acts of Kindness Week in February.
Now it is time to enjoy some musical selections from the grade 4 chorus. Miss Barkin and the grade 4 chorus have been practicing together every Tuesday for about 2.5 months with Miss Barkin. Miss Barkin is very proud of progress they have made already and excited for them to share some of the songs that they have been working on with us today. Please continue to be respectful audience as they perform.
Great job, fourth grade chorus. Let's give them another round of applause. That was amazing. 2 parts in December, fourth grade, unbelievable. Great job. All right, Isha.
The core values that we're celebrating this coming month is kindness and empathy. There is a group of adults at Hopkins that demonstrate these values all the time towards the students and teachers in our building. We would like to recognize these staff members as our December Unsung Heroes. An unsung hero is someone who helps others all the time, and frequently these efforts and actions go unnoticed by others. These people do this out of the kindness and knowledge that their support is needed. They're not looking for recognition or reward. They encourage us, support us, educate us, motivate us, and guide us. They're the Hopkins paraprofessionals.
Hopkins paraprofessionals have many different roles at Hopkins. They work with us in the cafeteria as our lunch teachers. They help out in the classroom doing math, reading, and writing. They walk us to the nurse when we get sick or hurt. They comfort us when we are upset or overwhelmed. They teach us all different kinds of classes when a teacher gets sick or attends a meeting. Several have even saved student lives who are choking or had allergic reactions. Their flexibility knows no limits. They're master multitaskers who wear many hats at Hopkins. Even Hopkins School cannot never function without them.
In honor of these unsung heroes, we like to share the story of the starfish with everyone today. The starfish story. Once upon a time, an old man was walking on the beach that was littered with thousands of starfish that had been washed ashore by the high tide. As he walked, he came upon a young boy who was eagerly throwing the starfish back into the ocean. One by one, puzzled, the man looked at the boy and asked what was he doing. The old man chuckled aloud. Son, there are thousands of starfish and only one you. What difference can you make? The boy picked up a starfish, gently tossed it into the water, and turned the man. It made a difference to that one. One architect can build hundreds of thousands of houses. One doctor can save thousands of lives. One teacher can affect eternity.
At this time, we'd like to ask all the following staff members to come forward to the front of the gym. Members of the principal's cabinet have made cards for each of you in thanks of the amazing work you do at Hopkins, students and staff each day. Thank you to our math and ELA tutors, Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Luster.
A huge shout out to our special education paras, Mrs. Blanchard, Mrs. Coglines, Mrs. Grosso, Mrs. Movix, Mrs. Mr.
Our next recognition goes to our ABA techs. Mr. Willard, Miss Serrano-Pagan, Mr. Chevalier, Mrs. Warren, Mr. Gill, Mrs. Heem, Miss Hardy, Mr. Hanlon, Miss Marquez, and Miss Tyler.
To our general education paras of Hopkins, who keep things running smoothly around the whole school. Mrs. Cameron, Mrs. Demchico, Mrs. Camera, Mrs. Kushirani,
Today we also need to say goodbye to one special teacher at Hopkins School. Mrs. Fabricant is retiring in January as a paraprofessional. After many years of service to Hopkins and public schools, she has left a positive mark on so many students in our school. In addition to being committed to helping children learn throughout the day, Mrs. Fabricant has been a friendly face around our school, greeting students as they arrive each day, supporting students in the lunchroom and at recess, and making sure that they leave school safely at the end of the day.
Mrs. Fabricant's kindness, love, and never-ending patience has been a gift to the students and staff of Hopkins for 17 years. As Mrs. Fabricant leaves our building to enjoy her well-deserved retirement, we have a small gift from the students of Hopkins. Thank you, Mrs. Fabricant, for making a difference in the education of generation of Hopkinton children.
All right, Mrs. Cook, I think, or Mrs. Wallner, you're going to come and accept her gift. Mrs. Fabricant has worked so hard, she actually got sick from all of you. So her classroom teachers are going to take her gift, and we look forward to letting her see this on HCAM. Thank you, Mrs. Fabricant. Another round of applause for Mrs. Fabricant. Guys, thank you, and a big round to all of our paraprofessionals. Thank you, everybody. All right, we have a little bit more to go. this year, we did a fundraiser with Meadow Farms to help raise money for Hopkins School so that we can do really cool things like have enrichment programs come in, buy new books for classrooms, and that's only possible by working with the HBTO and doing things like that Meadow Farms fundraiser. And many of you already got your gifts for helping sell items that brought in money for our school. But we do have some recognition for a couple more students today. These students were our top sellers. As a school, we raised $15,000. $15,000. That goes a long way. That's a lot of books. Give me 5. So these students are the top 10 sellers, and they all are going to get a gift card for Bills. When I call your name, you don't need to come up now, but after the meeting, you're going to come get your gift card. Hold your applause. Congratulations to Ben Van Noonen, Emily Leong, Gwen DeAngelo, Avery Bukowski, Mackenzie Beck, Miles Walsh, Cole Hodges, Raymond Mariano, Sloan Marusa, and Tristan Tiber. Congratulations. So each of you will be getting a Bills gift card. And then I'm not sure if the student is here today, but our top seller who sold $2,600 worth of items for a profit for Hopkins School of $1,000, all on her own. This student gets a special gift card for Amazon. And this goes to, in Mr. White's class, Mia Ofria. Is she here today? All right, Mia, you need to come down later and make sure you get your gift card. Congratulations, Mia. That is amazing. Clearly a salesperson in the making. Congratulations. All right, Maura, come on up.
We'd like to thank everyone who's earned a CARES card for demonstrating acts of cooperation, assertion, responsibility, or self-control. Look at all the cards in the fish bowls. At this time, we'd like to draw 2 names from each bowl. If you are called, please report to the office today, meeting for your book, vending machine, coin, and homework pass.
All right, so we're going to do our CARES card drawing live, and some principals cabinet members are going to bring up 2 cards from each team. So come on up as soon as you have them. If I call your name, you are going to come after the meeting to the office. Siddharth from room 110, Shreyan, I think from 111 or 112, that's Team Zion, and then from Sequoia we have Addison Y from 106, and Winston Von Amen from room 105. Congratulations to all of you. All right, next CARES cards. All right, we have from 202, Samhita Vangala, and from 204, Paige C. Congratulations on your CARES card winning. And let's see, from Team Bryce, we have Enza Spinelli and Zane from 210. Congratulations. All right, next 5th grade winners. We have from Team Acadia, Maddie Fahmy, 205, and Emily Fine from 205. You guys are all gonna earn a trip to our book vending machine and get a homework pass for January. All right, and our last 2 for today, Team Denali, oh, we need 1 more because this is the same person. Natasha Wright, wow, you have a lot of cards in here. Natasha, you get a trip. And Audrey B. from 124. Congratulations to all our CARES card winners. All right, Maura, we're gonna hold off for just a minute because we have a little bit of fun. Do you guys want a little bit of fun before we go to lunch? All right. Mr. Cotter, you wanna come explain?
All right, so you might have heard on the announcements this morning that there was going to be a surprise at the whole school meeting. I issued a challenge to your teachers to battle me in a freeze dance at the whole school meeting. So, Representing Team Glacier, we have Miss Esdale, Mrs. Clark, come on up. From Team Sequoia, we have Mr. Bernstein and Mrs. Tremblay and Mrs. Kushalani. Okay, Team Zion, we have Mrs. Wallner, Mrs. Cook, and Mrs. Gibbons. Team Denali, we have Miss C, Mrs. Marquez. From Team Acadia, we have Miss Pino. From Team Bryce, Mrs. Ma and Mrs. Fumarola. And your related arts representatives, Miss Barkin and Mrs. McDonald. Okay, so the rules of freeze dance. We're gonna play a song. We go to dance, and when the song stops, you have to freeze. If someone forgets to freeze or they freeze too late, we kick them out. The last person standing wins the prize bag.
All right, Hopkins, you need 5. So, Mix Phillips, you're right there. Can you help be one of my judges? Okay. Mrs. Sullivan, can you also be a judge? And Miss Kaufman. Okay, so you're gonna let us know, because I'm gonna play the music. Our top 3 finishers do get prizes, teachers. We do reward you. All right, we ready to go? All right, let's go to countdown. 3, 2, 1. You have to eliminate anybody? Okay, here we go.
have our winner, Mrs. Gibbons. All right, Hopkins School, give me 5. We're gonna close out, give me 5.
Great job, everyone, for getting... Great job, everyone, getting into the spirit for today. Thank you all for coming to our December whole school meeting today. You were a great audience. Miss Boella will dismiss you by teams. I hope you have a wonderful winter vacation.